Pam Monshine lives just outside Chicago in Wilmette, Illinois, where she raised her 2 children. There have been Baha'is in Pam's family for 3 generations.
My grandparents were the first ones in my family to become Baha'is. And then my mother became a Baha'i because her heart felt it was the right thing to do. My father became a Baha'i about 7 years afterward, and so I always considered myself a Baha'i. But there was a certain point in my life, when I was in my early 20s, when I realized that just saying I'm a Baha'i is not enough. It has the responsibility of action.
Through a series of personal difficulties, Pam realized that when it came to her own spiritual life, she couldn't simply rely on having grown up in a religious family. She had to develop her own deep relationship with God.
When I was in my 20s, I was having one of those difficulties. And it suddenly occurred to me that what I hadn't done was pray about it. I kept on thinking, well, I can fix this, I can fix this. And I couldn't, and it kept on getting worse. And I was more unhappy. And as soon as it clicked that I wasn't alone, that I was never alone, that there was someone or something there that was going to help me, and all I had to do was ask for it.
For Pam, prayer and meditation became essential components of her life as a Baha'i.
Religion, in its essence, is our relationship with God. The Baha'i Faith teaches us that each of us has a responsibility to pray by ourselves, that it's a very intimate relationship that we have with God.
Baha'u'llah revealed hundreds of prayers for all occasions and circumstances. While individual Baha'is pray every morning and evening, Baha'i communities also hold devotional gatherings which are open to the public and allow people to worship God together. Devotional gatherings are held in homes and Baha'i centers across the country. Wilmette, Illinois is home to North America's only Baha'i house of worship, built in the early half of the 20th century.
The role of the house of worship is purely for devotion and prayer. It is there for everyone, Baha'is, people who are not Baha'is, to come in, to pause and reflect and to pray. But it's important that we put that prayer and meditation into action. Worship is more than just prayer. Worship is doing your job and doing it well. And that goes for any profession, if you do it very, very well. It is the sense of excellence which is very important. This also carries through to the profession of bringing up our children. The most important job that we have, to bring up our children in ways that they will continue to worship God themselves and to be happy through getting closer to God.
Most Baha'i communities offer weekly children's classes, which teach the basic principles and history of the Baha'i Faith. Children of all faith backgrounds are welcome to attend.
I think that these are universal concepts that would appeal to parents from any type of background.
Right now I have 2 teenagers, and by bringing them up to know and love God themselves, they are learning for themselves what is good for them and what makes them happy. I can relax right now. I don't have to put on strict curfews. I don't have to be very punitive in my ways of dealing with my children, because they can make very good decisions for themselves.
As an expression of her faith in action, Pam's home has become a gathering place. Her kids' friends know that the door is always open. Baha'u'llah challenged youth to use their natural talents and skills to find spiritual solutions to the problems in their society and in their personal lives. Programs for youth often focus on the sense of responsibility for the future and help young Baha'is apply Baha'u'llah's teachings to important life decisions, choosing careers, educational paths, and relationships that serve humanity.
It falls especially on us to kind of learn about what the Baha'i Faith says and what Baha'u'llah taught, because it's the world that we'll be inheriting and it's the world that we'll be changing.